Every morning, billions of people squeeze a little ribbon of mint-flavored paste onto a brush. It feels clean. It feels modern. It feels safe. But the object in your bathroom cabinet has a past soaked in something far darker. Literally soaked. For most of human history, the thing people used to whiten their teeth wasn't mint. It wasn't fluoride. It was urine. And that's not even the strangest chapter, because centuries later, one company would sell a toothpaste so dangerous it would trigger a secret military investigation. One that almost convinced the Allies that Germany was building an atomic bomb inside a tube of toothpaste. This is the story of how humanity's obsession with a white smile led it through animal bones, human waste, and radioactive metal, before it ever became the harmless paste sitting in your bathroom right now. Let's go back. Thousands of years back. In ancient Egypt, there was no toothpaste as we know it. There was powder. A gritty, harsh mixture made from crushed ox hooves, burnt eggshells, and ashes. Sometimes pumice was added, the same rough volcanic rock used to scrub calluses off feet. Egyptians rubbed this mixture directly onto their teeth. It worked in a brutal way. The abrasive powder scraped away stains and buildup, but it also scraped away tooth enamel. Slowly, painfully. Every single use wore the teeth down a little more. Nobody understood that yet. All they cared about was the result. Whiter teeth, right now. The long-term damage was invisible. A silent price paid one brushing at a time. But this was just the beginning. Because the next civilization to obsess over white teeth would take things somewhere far more disturbing. Welcome to ancient Rome, a society famous for aqueducts, roads, and law. Also famous, quietly, for something far less glamorous. The Romans discovered something strange. When urine is left to sit for a while, it breaks down and produces ammonia. And ammonia is a powerful natural cleaner. It lifts stains, it kills bacteria, it brightens. So the Romans did the unthinkable. They started brushing their teeth with it. Public urinals lined the streets of Rome. People would relieve themselves into large clay vessels, and that liquid wasn't thrown away. It was collected, sold, traded like a commodity, because in a strange twist of ancient economics, urine was valuable. And not just any urine. The Romans believed that urine from Portugal was the strongest, most potent on the market. So barrels of aged imported Portuguese urine were shipped across the empire, sold as a luxury item for the wealthiest citizens who wanted the whitest smile in Rome. It gets even stranger. This practice became so widespread, so lucrative, that the Roman Emperor Vespasian slapped a tax on it. A literal tax on collected urine. His own son was disgusted by the idea. He confronted his father about profiting from something so foul. Vespasian's response became legendary. He held up a gold coin earned from the tax and said the money didn't smell. That phrase survived 2,000 years. Most people who repeat it today have no idea it was born from a tax on human waste used to brush teeth. And here's the unsettling part. This wasn't some short-lived fad. Urine remained a common ingredient in toothpaste and mouthwash for over 1,000 years. It didn't disappear until the 1700s. But even that horrifying chapter wasn't the darkest one, because 17 centuries later, humanity would trade one hidden danger for something invisible, undetectable, and far more sinister. Fast forward to the early 20th century. A new discovery had gripped the world: radioactivity. When radium was first isolated, it didn't inspire fear. It inspired obsession. Nobody understood the danger yet. Instead, people saw a strange glowing element and assumed it meant one thing: power, vitality, life energy. Companies rushed to cash in. Radioactive materials were added to water, cosmetics, even chocolate. And then, in Germany, a company took it one devastating step further. The company was called Our Gesellschaft. Originally, they made gas lantern mantles using a radioactive metal called thorium, but they had leftover thorium. Waste product. And instead of discarding it, someone had an idea that would echo through history. They mixed it into toothpaste. The product was called Doramad. Its packaging didn't hide the radioactivity. It advertised it. The label claimed the radiation would strengthen your teeth and gums. It promised your cells would be loaded with new life energy. It claimed the radioactivity itself would destroy harmful bacteria in your mouth. People believed it. They bought it. They brushed their teeth with a radioactive paste, twice a day, completely unaware of what radiation exposure could actually do to the human body. Doramad spread through Germany from the 1920s through the height of World War II. German soldiers were supplied with it. Families used it as a daily ritual, never questioning why their toothpaste glowed faintly under certain conditions. But the story doesn't end there. Because this toothpaste accidentally triggered one of the strangest moments of Allied espionage in the entire war. As the war neared its end, Allied intelligence discovered something alarming. German scientists were secretly shipping massive quantities of thorium out of occupied France. To the Allies, this looked like only one thing: preparation for a nuclear weapon. A specialized unit called the Alsos mission was sent to investigate. Their mission was terrifying in scope: determine whether Nazi Germany was on the verge of building an atomic bomb. Agents tracked the thorium. They interrogated captured chemists. They pieced together shipment records, factory locations, secret transfers, and then came the answer. The one nobody expected. The thorium wasn't for a bomb. It was for toothpaste. The same company that made Doramad had been hoarding thorium not for weapons, but to keep producing a consumer product they knew would remain profitable even after the war ended. An entire intelligence operation, built on the fear of nuclear war, had traced its way back to a tube of toothpaste sitting in German bathroom cabinets. It's almost impossible to believe, but it's documented history. Radioactive toothpaste eventually faded away once the dangers of radiation exposure became impossible to ignore. Governments began regulating radioactive consumer products. Companies quietly discontinued them, hoping the public would forget. So, how did we go from ox hooves to human urine, to radioactive metal, all the way to the mild minty paste sitting in your bathroom today? The turning point came with the discovery of fluoride's effect on tooth enamel. Scientists found that small amounts of fluoride could actually strengthen teeth and prevent decay, without any of the abrasive damage, without the ammonia, without the invisible radiation. By the mid-20th century, companies like Colgate began mass-producing fluoride toothpaste, backed by dental research instead of marketing myths. For the first time in thousands of years, oral hygiene became something based on science rather than desperation and guesswork. That tube in your bathroom right now represents the end of a genuinely bizarre journey. A journey through crushed animal bone, through public urinals and imperial taxation, through a radioactive product that nearly triggered a nuclear panic in the final days of World War II. Every time you brush your teeth, you're using the final, sanitized result of thousands of years of trial, error, and outright danger. The next time someone tells you they take their oral hygiene seriously, remember this: nothing about the road to your toothpaste tube was ever safe. It was strange, it was dangerous, and it was completely, unmistakably human.